Hey there everyone, Katie Freiling here, coming at you today from San Francisco. I am at Marsha Wieder's Inspiring Speaker Workshop, and today is day 5. It's actually a 5-day seminar. I've never even been to a 5-day seminar before, so Marsha definitely doesn't mess around. There's been so much value, so much content being shared over the last 5 days. And I wanted to fill you in on some of it. I wanted to share with you what I found to be the most dramatically helpful strategies that I learned this weekend in terms of storytelling, how to become a better storyteller. So now, being a good storyteller is actually an integral part of what we do as entrepreneurs. So whether you're speaking, whether you're writing, or whether you're communicating in any other form, it is so important to learn how to use story to communicate your message, because we all love stories. It's a way to really engage people, to pull them in, to really captivate them, and to communicate your message in a way where they can really hear it and remember it. It hits them at their core. So if you look at all of the most successful speakers, successful writers that exist in our world, they're all very good storytellers. So it's really an important skill to have. And up until this weekend, I realized I was not a very good storyteller, and I learned some very key, very critical tips that already has dramatically helped me, and I know will help you as well to improve your skills in communication through storytelling. So here's what I learned. Now, I actually learned this from a woman named Patricia Fripp. So Patricia Fripp was one of our, sorry, there's a plane going by. It's a little loud. Patricia Fripp was one of our speakers. She actually taught all day. Now, this woman, who is in, I would say, she'd probably not be happy with this, but I told you, was probably in her 60s. She walked up on stage, and she immediately just commanded the audience. She was one of the most powerful, strong women I've ever met in my life. So in her 60s, she walks up with a magenta-colored coat, a magenta-colored sports coat, magenta slacks or pants. And this woman was so theatrical, so dramatic, and she was British as well, so speaking in a British accent. And what she had to tell us about storytelling was this. If you want to be a powerful, enrolling, engaging storyteller, here's what you have to do. This is so important. It is so critical. You have to include dialogue. Dialogue is the key to successful storytelling. Now, as you can see from what I just shared with you, dialogue is so important. So I communicated that with you through Patricia's words. I used her words, and I used dialogue as a way to really convey the message of what she was sharing. So rather than me just saying, Patricia said to use dialogue, that's not as engaging, right? But the way I did it, I really became her. So dialogue, first and foremost, is so key to really engaging people in your story. Second, which is what I did, is I actually acted it out. I became her. I spoke in a British accent, or at least I attempted to speak in a British accent. So don't be afraid to get a little theatrical, to put a little performance into it. That actually is so powerful. People love that. It's what really kind of sucks you in to a story. So if you're telling a story where you're talking about how nervous or how scared you were, show that on your face. Really act it out. Put yourself back in that moment. So if you're telling a story about how super excited you were, you heard the best news of your life and you jumped up and down, then do that. So don't be afraid, again, to perform a little bit, to really put yourself back in the moment as you're telling the story so you can really feel it and express it. And then third, what I did before I gave you the dialogue was I described Patricia Fripp. So I kind of set the stage for who she was, what she looked like, and her presence on stage so that you could get somewhat of a visual of who I'm talking about. So I did this really quickly, and now there's so much more I could have shared. There are so many more strategies and tips to becoming a more powerful storyteller, but those are 3 that I found to be so important and so simple to really start including in your communication, in your storytelling. So there you have it. Again, dialogue. 2, acting it out. And 3, really using your words as a way to paint the visual for what it is that you are sharing. And in doing that, I guarantee you will have people hanging on your every word when you tell stories. It is just so amazing. So there you have it. This is how to become a more powerful, a more enrolling, a more effective storyteller. So I got to get back inside, learn a little bit more, and enjoy that. Go put it into use. Start using it in your business, in your life, and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of this, and I really look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.